Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Bowl 50. Wait, I forgot. We can't say it. The big game, pre-game, whatever. It's the Super Bowl, guys. It's Super Bowl 55. It's a big game. It's one of the best games we've had in Super Bowl matchup in the last couple of years. The Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, starring the one and only, the GOAT, Tom Brady. Guys, we have been hyping it up all week. We're all excited. We're going to cover the game. We're going to get into the matchups. We're going to get into the prop bets, the Gatorade, the over-under on the halftime show, not that, the national anthem, excuse me. We got it all for you. The Bachi boys are here. Guys.
Boys, what's going on?
Boys.
Ethan, I cut you off a little bit there. That's my bad.
It's okay. I don't really care. But, hey, the intro is fire, as Mr. Harrison Hewitt has said. It's a great intro. Amir, you made it, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he did.
Shout out Jason Brockman for the intro. Go check out his music.
Fire.
Great producer.
Yep.
But, guys, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Football is over today.
That's sad.
It sucks. It's sad to say. I feel like week one was just a couple weeks ago. But nonetheless, we have a great matchup. A really good matchup for Super Bowl Sunday. Such a gas intro. See, the people are loving the intro, Amir. Great job.
Yes.
But, as I said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, if you said this earlier, before the season started, you'd be like, all right, that makes sense. Halfway through the season, it's like, I don't know. The Buccaneers they're a weird team. Then they got through the playoffs. The Buccaneers rolled through the Packers. They rolled through the Washington football team. Sorry. But, guys,
good catch,
let's
buddy.
just get into the game.
Catch.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I don't want to get canceled on the Super Bowl Sunday. Let's start out with the game, and then we'll get into all the extra stuff that people love to see. But let's start with the obvious. Why will the Chiefs win?
Boys, the Chiefs are going to win because of one person, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's led the team. Even though he wasn't MVP this year, Aaron Rodgers definitely deserved MVP. He's still probably the best player in the NFL, just skill-wise. He's unbelievable. We've seen it happen. So I'm excited to see what the Chiefs can do. And the offensive line, if they hold their own against this tough Buccaneers front seven, I think that the Chiefs could whoop them. They really could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. And I think I mentioned that the last time we talked about this game. It's all going to be about the Bucs defense versus the Chiefs offense. And the Chiefs offense is absolutely ridiculous. So it's probably going to be, not a shootout, but it's going to be some gunslinging action from Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. And we're gonna see some fireworks. That's all I got to say. Whether it's in the air or on the ground, we're going to see some fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 1,000% agree. And I'm not here to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes. He's a great guy. But I'll tell you why the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Tell him, Marty.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the team itself. This guy doesn't even have any affiliation with the Chiefs. He is statistician professor Andy Weisner at Penn State. Let me tell you what this guy has to say, all right? He's been predicting the Super Bowl champion for each of the past 12 Super Bowls. He's been correct 11 of the 12 times. The only time when he was incorrect, Patriots and Seahawks back in 2015. And this guy uses two mathematical models. He just spoke in my sports industry class the other day. Back in 2015, it was the only time the models didn't align and pick the same champion. This year, they're both picking Chiefs overwhelmingly. So if you ask me, it's a no-brainer. Oh my God.
Interesting. Look, that guy was wrong once. That guy was wrong once. And the Seahawks didn't run the damn ball.
They didn't run the damn ball. That's not his fault, all right?
Rightfully so. That Super Bowl is really weird. Rightfully so. I'm trusting the professor, but I think it's simple. We'll talk about why the Bucks will win also, because they have a worthy shot at this too. It's not out of the question, but let's just not overthink it. I think the Chiefs are going to win. I got money on the Chiefs. I like their defense a lot, but let's go to the other side of the pendulum. Why will the Bucks win? Because they can win this game. Let's not rule them out. Their defense won them the game against the Packers, and the Packers were widely considered to be, the favorite in the NFC, a worthy Super Bowl favorite too. They looked like the team, and the Buccaneers said, no, thank you. And it was not Tom Brady that led them to the win. Tom Brady threw back-to-back interceptions in the fourth quarter. When has he ever done that? I can't remember. But the Buccaneers defense held Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense to 2 straight 3-and-outs on those interceptions, not even allowing a first down, and pretty much stealing the game from there. And then after that, you could argue about the field goal call and all that crap. But, the Packers had the opportunity to take that lead, and the Buccaneers defense held them up. I think it comes down to the Buccaneers defense. And sure, Tom Brady can go off and be Tom Brady. And, he has Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, and Leonard Fournette, or playoff Lenny. He has all those weapons. But it comes down to defense in this game on both sides of the pendulum. The Chiefs' defense is good too, and they can win this game too. It all comes down to the defense. You said offense wins championships. I'm sticking with the old-fashioned defense wins championships.
For sure. No, it's a great saying. But let me just say real quick, those weren't Tom Brady's worst turnovers in playoff history. Shout out Brandon Graham, a little strip sack to give the Eagles the win in Super Bowl 52. Yeah. But look, like I said about Patrick Mahomes, I would say out of all 55 Super Bowls, this is the greatest quarterback matchup of all time. You have the GOAT in Tom Brady, and you have the up-and-coming guy in Patrick Mahomes. I think that, Tom Brady will have to pull out a Tom Brady type performance to win this game. But I agree with Ethan. It starts with the defense and stopping Patrick Mahomes, and especially stopping any sort of run game. The Chiefs obviously have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, so it's going to be a tough matchup for them either way. But they're going to have to get to Patrick Mahomes and really, do some dirty work if they want to win this game. And it worked against the Packers. Guys like Jason Pierre-Paul, Devin White going off. They need it. They need it again today.
Yeah, well, so we're talking about why the Bucks will win. There are some questions coming into the game from the injury report. There are a couple of key offensive guys like Antonio Brown, Cameron Brate, even Kenyon Barner. That's a throwback name. Who are all questionable. But I think if the Bucks can get their run game going, and their run game has been pretty poor, if they can get their run game going, they'll be moving because Tom Brady and the weapons that he has in terms of receivers is just unmatched. Mike Evans, absolute dominant 1v1, press coverage. He's open all the time. You obviously have Godwin. He's speedster. He's just good at everything. Got Gronk. Gronk is, once again, he's always open too. So Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, those guys need to get going. And if they do, I think that they have everything. They literally have everything in this game. They'll be able to pass. They'll be able to run. They have the defense. They got the blocking. It's just, it's clamps at that point.
Yeah. Marty, before you go, big nickname for Gronk today. I'm calling him 7-Eleven because he's open 24/7. It's always going to be open today. I'm excited to see what Gronk can do against Tom Brady.
Did you come up with that?
Nah, Chad Ochocinco was the one who came up with that. He called himself 7-Eleven.
Okay. All right. Marty, you're up.
Quite a reference there, Davis. I will say I want to talk about something other than Tom Brady because I feel like everybody wants to point the finger at the quarterback. So I'm going to highlight something that I don't think a ton of people know about. So coming into today, the Chiefs are going to be without Eric Fisher, their left tackle, and that's going to leave a pretty big hole for Jason Pierre-Paul to scramble through the offensive line. He led the team this year with 9.5 sacks. This is the number 1 rush defense in the league. I think the Buccaneers have a legit shot to win this game if they can get through that line, put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and if they can limit the run like they've been doing all year. They had, 15 interceptions this year? Pretty insane stuff. I wouldn't be super surprised to see the Bucs pull out a win here, even though they are not heavily favored.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know who's going to win here, but let's talk about next. Who's going to be the breakout player? I'm not talking about MVP. We will get to MVP in a second. but in every Super Bowl, there's a guy who shines. I mean, obviously, if we want to go back to that Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl, we can talk about Malcolm Butler. I mean, he's a decent player. We talk about him since, but when you think about Malcolm Butler, you think about that Super Bowl pick. Malcolm Smith from the Seahawks Super Bowl, that pick 6, huge. And then in recent memory, Nick Foles, obviously. Last year, you can go Damian Williams or Sammy Watkins, but this year, who will be the breakout player?
Look, in my opinion, as you're going to hear later, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. And even though this might not be the hottest of takes, I think Travis Kelce is going to be the breakout player. I think he very well could go over 8, 9, 10 receptions and 100 yards. He's just been on fire since the middle of the season. I saw a stat, I'm pretty sure since like week 4, he's averaging 120 receiving yards a game, or maybe it's week 8, but still that's absurd numbers for over half the year. I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, and this was Davis. That's a great pick, honestly, because we talked about it the other show that the linebacker play from the Bucs and Travis Kelce might be a problem, and that might open Tyreek. But you said, I think last episode,
what does it mean to be the greatest?
It's going to be the exact opposite, which I totally agree with. Travis Kelce, he's been absolutely crazy this year, and I don't think there's anything that can stop him for this game. I mean, Super Bowl. I mean, he's just got to turn it up, and I'm sure Mahomes is going to be looking for him. Sammy Watkins, he is going to suit up. I'm not sure he's not going to play too much. I mean, Tyreek will obviously do his thing. I'm sure he's going to have a crazy play or two, but Travis Kelce is also my pick for breakout player.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot, and that's exactly what I was thinking as well. But just to offer a bit of a counter argument, still sticking on the Chiefs team here. We mentioned Darrell Williams a little bit and how he performed in the last Super Bowl. I would not be surprised to see him go off again. His postseason production has picked up significantly from the regular season. I think he's had, 70% of his touches of the entire season in the playoffs thus far.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if he gets the ball a hell of a lot tonight. But at the same time, that Buccaneers defense, like I said before, has been very solid against the run. They might have to utilize Patrick Mahomes stepping back and throwing to him a couple times, but definitely somebody to look out for sure.
My pickup player, and I kind of considering this guy for MVP, but we'll get to MVP in a second. I'm going to go Mecole Hardman. I like Mecole Hardman. He had a decent game in the AFC Championship. He dropped that punt, and we saw him on the sidelines in a video that came out after the game, like beating himself up about it. And Patty Mahomes and Kelce came up to him, was like hyping him up, getting him ready. And then he came out in one of the next drives and ran 70 yards to put the Chiefs in scoring position. He's incredibly fast. He can run routes fairly well. And when the attention's on Kelce and Tyreek Hill, I mean, someone's going to be open. And I think it's going to be Mecole Hardman. I kind of like him for MVP. I'm not sure. Let's get to MVP now. I'm not sure. I need a second to think about it. But Davis, why don't you go first?
Just to give an honorable mention for breakout player real quick, because we all went Chiefs, guys. I'm going Jason Pierre-Paul, three-fingered monster. He could get to Patrick Mahomes very easily.
Also Devin White.
Yep. Buccaneers defense needs to do a lot. But for MVP, I mean, can I say it? It's so hard not to say it's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. He's the heavy favorite, and the Chiefs, they make or break with Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. And I think Patrick Mahomes might have one of the biggest games of his year. We saw it in the Super Bowl last year. He showed up. He did what he had to do, especially late in the game. I think the Chiefs are going to rely on Patrick Mahomes, and I think he's going to succeed.
I want to say Mahomes, but just because you said Mahomes, I'm just going to go Brady. I think it's going to be quarterback either way. To be completely honest, even if Tyreek had a crazy game or Godwin had a crazy game, they're not going to get it over Brady or Mahomes. That's just like the NFL, and that's it's stupid. And we kind of saw it with this is totally off topic, but we kind of saw it with the defensive player of the year. People talking about TJ Watt getting robbed, but that's another conversation.
Oh, he did.
Well, okay, that's a conversation, but you know what I'm saying? The NFL likes to pick and choose their players. Goodell likes to pick and choose, and it's got to be a quarterback.
Fan vote, though, the MVP?
I know it's a fan vote, but no one knows what the numbers are. They can do whatever they want. So it's going to be
they
Brady.
Release numbers.
They do?
I don't think they do.
Oh,
Right?
okay, yeah. I don't think they do either. No. So
Amir,
it's going to be Brady or Mahomes.
Amir, let me throw up a quick stat for you, especially if you think the Chiefs might win. We'll hear about that later. But MVP being on a losing team, 50-1 odds on Barstool Sportsbook. I think that's
Has
pretty
that ever
interesting.
happened?
It's happened once. It happened in like Super Bowl, one of the very early Super Bowls. A defensive player. I'm pretty sure he played for the Cowboys. Someone can fact check me, but I think it's happened once.
I don't know.
But
We'll see.
Marty, who you got for MVP?
Yeah, it's really tough to go against a quarterback for MVP. It happens very often, and I will I will have to. I mean, I just did a little bit of research. Quarterbacks have won 28 Super Bowl MVPs. So
Wow, that's a lot.
over half of them. So obviously the odds are very favorably towards Mahomes or Brady. And just to go off that a little bit more, Brady has won 4 Super Bowl MVPs, which is the most of all time. If there's anybody pegged to win another, it's Tom Brady. And if I'm going based off of what I was saying about the Buccaneers defense, I like that Jason Pierre-Paul statistic, or maybe a Carlton Davis, somebody who has the potential to pick off Patrick Mahomes at a clutch point in the game, turn the ball over and get something going for the Buccaneers momentum-wise. But just to offer a bit of a couple dark horse candidates, that's who I'm going with. I'm going with somebody on the Patriots.
Well,
Buccaneers.
they're basically the Patriots.
Whoa.
I mean, it's Tom Brady.
No, I get that. For my MVP, I'm taking Travis Kelce. I'm surprised no one took this. I was kind of expecting someone to say this. Like I said, and we'll get to the game predictions in a second, but I like the Chiefs. I think they're going to win. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to play well. I don't know how well he's going to play. I could see him making a turnover or throwing a pick, fumbling the ball, something that it's like, oh, the Chiefs going to win, then they end up do. But I think you're right, Davis, and actually the rest of you guys pick Travis Kelce. Like, I think he's just too good. I think he's just too good to not win, and I think he's going to go off. I think this is also going to be a really interesting battle of the tight ends, and I'm not saying like, this Gronk versus Kelce, blah blah blah. I think Gronk and Kelce will go off, and it'll be really interesting to see these two, arguably two of the best tight ends of all time, go at it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think not only is this probably one of the best quarterback matchups, it sounds weird to say, I think this is one of the greatest tight end duos to ever play against each other in the Super Bowl too.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's
time
get
to move on. Yeah, let's get into some fun here.
Yeah,
we'll get into some prop bets. Look, there's a lot of good prop bets on the board. I've been doing my research on a lot of them, and we're going to try to go in somewhat of an order. So, hey, what's the first thing that's going to happen? The national anthem. There's been a lot of buzz about this recently. There may have been some social media posts saying that in rehearsal, Amir, what are the 2 people doing the anthem today?
Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church, I believe. Church, yeah.
So there is insider information that they went to 2 minutes and 16 seconds in their warm up yesterday or 2 days ago. This is a low
Where did
national
you get
anthem. That? It was on TikTok, man.
On
it was
TikTok.
all over TikTok. But
2 minutes and what was it?
It was 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So a lot of national anthems go under. I was liking the under for this, especially because it's a duet, and they had previously not duetted before together. So I feel like that, in my research, tend to go a little lower. But it's all about that last note, boys. That last note could last 10, 15, 20 seconds. And I think that could definitely hit the over here today.
I think there's one thing we got to think about this. Nerves. When you're performing at the Super Bowl, and also, boys, there's going to be a stadium full of fans. Remember that's vaccinated health workers. Thank you to the health workers. But they're going to get nervous in front of a large crowd, and I mean millions and millions watching worldwide. When you're singing, you're just like, I want to get this over, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Amir, you're the music guy. What do you think?
Wow. Yeah, great comment, Ethan. I am the music guy.
You are.
I think that I thought since there weren't going to be a ton, I mean, there are a good amount of fans, more than any, actually, I don't know about the Chiefs. The Chiefs had a lot of people in their stadium for the playoffs, but I think for the most part, like these two artists probably won't go over just because, like, I don't know. I just think their voices aren't like, sounds so stupid, but I think their voices aren't made for that long note, Davis, that 15-second note.
Interesting.
I mean, Jasmine Sullivan, she has a great voice, but she's not like a Whitney Houston, wow, go crazy. She'll just do like, a nice note and then cut it off. And, Vegas is always right. Vegas always wins. And I think they know something that we don't. So I'm taking this under for sure. Jasmine Sullivan, Eric Church. I don't even know who Eric Church is. So see what happens.
Sounds like a good guy. Sounds like a good guy. That's all I'm going to say.
Probably Ethan.
Marty, you're also Marty. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I mean, I say this all the time in the music pods. One of my favorite words is cohesiveness, and here we have two artists. One, very, very popular. I'm really surprised you don't know Eric Church. Eric Church is a country music star.
Don't like country.
Jasmine Sullivan is R&B. Very different styles of music. There's not a whole lot of cohesiveness going on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're going to make this work. I don't know how they're going to tie in their talents together super well.
So you're talking about chemistry here, right?
I'm talking about chemistry. Absolutely.
Okay.
Chemistry. But when we're taking a look at the greater aspect of things that went on in 2020, coronavirus, social justice problems, the whole Trump administration, blah, 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 whatever.
Whoa.
All right, more.
Sports.
All right, more. We don't get
Whoa,
political
sports.
here.
Whoa. Okay, excuse me.
Step
back.
But watch it.
I think we're going to see a very, very long national anthem. They're going to need to display unity. They're going to need to display liberty. Overall, just respect for the country, you could say.
For the troops?
For the troops, of course. For the frontline workers. I'm going to say this goes over, and it's going to be an overwhelming over, I think.
Wow. Are you going to tease that up to like 2 minutes and 9 seconds? I think that could give you plus 200 odds, possibly.
I might have to bet on that one, Davis. I'm not going to lie. I'm taking this one.
Marty made a great point. It's going to be an emotional time. And it's okay. I just want to let everyone know. It's okay to shed a tear when thinking about your country and the Super Bowl. Amir just made me laugh. All right. Let's get to another one. The coin toss. I bet on the coin toss. And you know why? David, say it with me. Tails
It's
never
50-50.
fails. Oh, okay. but tails never fails. That's it. Do I need to say any more?
I have insider information that the coin they're using has two sides that are heads. So I was originally thinking heads earlier in the week.
Where did you get this?
Insider information, can't tell you. Might be Stephen A. Smith. Not letting you know. Not I can't tell you though. Anyway, I like tails all day today. I've liked it. Pat McAfee. He's a podcast I love to watch. He put $30,000 on tails. You know why? Tails never fails. But heads is gone in the last 3 Super Bowls. Even though tails might be due, I think heads goes for the 4-peat.
Interesting. Did you put your money where your mouth is?
I'll choose not to disclose that because no, I did not.
Okay. Boys, what do you think? This is such an intriguing conversation in much detail, and you can bring all the facts into it, but let's just go with your gut. What are you taking here?
You know what? Tails never fails, but heads. No, heads. I'm going heads.
Okay.
Yeah, I just told Google to flip a coin and it was heads, so that's where I'm going.
Wow. You know what? They should do that this year. They should do the coin toss over Zoom, and then like in the middle have a computer coin toss.
That'd be baller. Oh my god.
What'd you get?
What'd you get, Ethan?
Tails.
Of course he did. Hey, you know why? Because it's 50-50, buddy. It's 50-50. I heard it's plus.
Never fails.
I heard it's plus 2,000 to 1. Also, the coin lands straight up. I don't know. I think you put $1 on it. That's too good of odds.
If it lands straight up, I'm gonna fly to the moon. I don't know. Let's go to another interesting puppet. Opening kickoff to the moon. Opening kickoff will not be a touchback. And Davis, we talked about this earlier. Can you tell me what you told? Tell everyone what you told me earlier because it was very interesting.
All right. So normal football games, the ball boys have 30 minutes to scuff the balls up, make it a little loose, not as stiff. And this helps momentum. This helps the ball get some air under it, goes a little bit farther. Super Bowl balls, though. Super Bowl balls are brand new. You know why? Because it goes right to the Hall of Fame right after the kick is done. They use a new football right after that. And it's not scuffed up at all. And it loses like about 10 yards of kick power. And 12 of the last 14 kickoffs that open the Super Bowl have not been a touchback. And 6 of the last 7 haven't even reached the end zone. Absolutely love the opening kickoff won't be a touchback. I don't know. Do you guys think this might sound like a crazy bet, but I love this. I can't believe this is plus 230.
Yeah, I'm not betting on this, but I just thought that was some interesting conversation. Mr. Heckman loves this, though. He thinks it will be returned.
Like father, like son. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
Vegas doesn't beat the Heckmans.
Oh, wow. Let's go another one. First touchdown. Chiefs, Buccaneers, or player?
Amir, what are you thinking, man?
I honestly think there's going to be a touchdown on the ground. I'm thinking Chiefs are going to score on the ground first, but I'm not completely sure. Ethan, you said it. I really like McCole Hardman on a jet sweep. I think he's awesome when you get him to the outside on a design run play like that. I'm going to say the first touchdown is on the ground. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to score. And I'm not going to say McCole. I'm just going to say Clyde and make it pretty easy for myself.
Interesting.
There you go.
Marty, what are you thinking?
I think it's pretty dependent on who's going to get the ball first because, to be honest, I think these offenses are going to be very prepared to score as soon as they touch the football. So I think a lot of it has to do with that coin toss. I don't know who's heads and who's tails tonight. We'll assume the Chiefs are heads. I chose heads in the coin toss prop bet. I'll say the Chiefs are scoring through the air. Patrick Mahomes, only going to take him a couple of plays. He's going to get the ball to Tyreek Hill really quickly.
Marty, here's the thing, though. Will the Chiefs defer if they win?
Ooh, you see, that's something that I would do if I was coach. But, I don't know. I honestly don't know the statistics of Andy Reid's decision-making there whenever he wins the coin flip. But
I know his son's decision-making isn't good. Anyway, let's move on.
Sorry about that.
Yikes.
I'm not talking about the one that overdosed. I'm talking about the one that got in a car accident.
Okay, all right. Which ones are we talking about here? Come on.
I'm talking about the recent thing. I just realized that. Sorry.
Where was I? We'll say, just to get some early momentum, give your team a little bit of an advantage moving toward the end of the game. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to elect to receive the opening kickoff and score.
Love it. Momentum. I like it. Ethan, what are you thinking,
momentum, man? I got Harrison Butker on a jet sweep.
Harrison Butker, kicker sweep.
Yeah,
we haven't seen that in years.
I'm doing the holder toss over the shoulder. And in all seriousness, I got Patrick Mahomes on an option for a touchdown.
Wow. Okay, so that's funny. I was thinking the same exact thing. I think I can totally vision it in my mind. Patrick Mahomes opening touchdown celebration.
Browns, right?
Yep, did it against the Browns. I can totally see it. But here's a good point for my dad also. Brady's only scored 3 points in 9 Super Bowls in the first quarters.
Like this is get these freaking stats. Jeez.
You know who their only 3 points are against? The Eagles. Eagles. Brady in the first quarter. I don't know what it is, but I will say I think this streak could end tonight. This touchdown streak could end tonight just because of the momentum the Chiefs could have. The Buccaneers know they need to score. The Patriots always had the upper hand when Brady was on their team, but now in the Buccaneers situation, I think the Chiefs have the upper hand tonight.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think it's important. Remember who we're dealing with. This is Tom Brady. The game is not over until the clock hits 4 zeros. Because we saw what happened against the Falcons. There's no one scarier than Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. So I'm just letting people know because when the Chiefs are up 20 at halftime, I'm going to be celebrating. So I'm just leaving this as a mental note for later to be like, hey, Ethan, relax.
Down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just need to put myself down for a second.
Sure.
Let's get to some quick ones. Will there be a safety? No. 4 notes.
Let's
Brady,
not forget remember the Broncos opening play snapped it over Peyton Manning's head.
oh my
And
God.
the year the Seahawks absolutely destroyed them.
You never
Oh
know.
my
You
God.
never know, but I'm going to say no.
Yep. No, I agree.
It's going to happen. Brady over under 295 0.5 yards. I'm going to say under.
Look, this is so tough. I'm going to say under. And it sounds crazy to go under for yards for Patrick Mahomes, but I do think the Chiefs could go up early, like big. I think they could go up early big. I don't think Brady's going to, or I don't think, this is Brady. Oh, I apologize. Thought this was Mahomes. Yeah, I think Brady goes over. He's going to need to throw the ball a lot tonight.
Yeah, the Bucks run game is gonna probably be pretty trash. So, geez, once again, Vegas never loses.
That's true.
Bro, I literally think he's gonna get like 294. I can see it in my head.
No, he's going to get 295.
And yeah, 295.
It has to be 295.
Forgot about the half yard.
Yeah, come on, Amir.
Yeah, no, I literally think it's gonna be under by maybe or less than 5 yards. That's my guess.
Bold.
I respect that a lot, actually, Amir, because Brady's average yards per game through the air is actually right around 290. And that was, of course, just for the regular season. We know he's going to turn on something special here tonight. But I have to agree. I'm going to go slightly under. This is a guy who was second most touchdowns passing this year and still averaged less than the line set for the game tonight. So I'm going to say under for Tom Brady.
Okay. Let's go to the other quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, over under 325.5 yards. I'm going to say
the under.
I'm going to say under, but I think it's going to be over 300. I think he's just not going to get quite there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see him throwing for 500 yards, though, too, like Brady did against the Eagles. So, oh, shit, Brady threw for 500 yards.
Yes, he did. Brady threw 500 yards.
I'm going to stick with my Brady pick, but I'm going to say under as well. I'm loving the unders tonight, except for the over-under for the whole game.
Yeah, the overs club wouldn't like you, Ethan. I'm going under for Mahomes here. I think, like I said, I know I thought Mahomes was that first pick, but I think the Chiefs could go up big early and could start running the ball a decent amount. So I think I actually really like the under in this.
Yeah, I like the under as well. I think 325 is just too much. If it was closer to 300, I know 25 and a half yards isn't that much, but I feel like it's a lot for tonight. If it was closer to 300, I would definitely say over, but for this number at least, I'm going to have to say under.
I love that, Amir. I love that.
Yeah, I definitely respect that. It's a big number. I don't know if it's something that he can necessarily amount to. But just to offer a bit of a counter argument, I'm going to say over for Patrick Mahomes. This guy's a gunslinger. And like I said before, the Buccaneers are the number one rush defense in the National Football League. It's going to force the Chiefs to pass the ball quite a bit. Although I did say that Williams could have a standout day. And while I do think they are going to try to run the ball a lot just to offer a change of pace, I'm going to say Mahomes goes with the over. Almost out of necessity. I think the offense is just going to have to revolve around the passing game quite a bit.
Sorry, guys. I accidentally passed some gas right there. Let's go to some rushing yards for QB. Mahomes over under 22.5 rushing yards. Davis, I know you talked about this earlier. What do you think?
It was so quiet. It was like a little toot.
I was trying to make it small, and I let one out before and no one heard it, and then I
You're just excited. He's just excited, Ethan.
I just get excited and I lose control.
I understand, and I think Patrick Mahomes is going to lose some control without that offensive line. Eric Fisher tonight. I think I like the over in his rushing yards because I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities to run the ball, especially if that pocket collapses quickly.
Totally.
I looked up stats throughout his entire season so far, and it looks like in games that are pretty close, he actually hits right around this mark. But in blowout games, he doesn't really rush the ball ever. So I think this is going to be somewhat of a close game. And I like the over. And I think Mahomes is going to be fired up. I think he's going to be ready to take it himself sometimes.
Yeah, I think if Mahomes gets working downfield with Kelsey and Tyreek and all those guys, I think he has a really, really good opportunity to go over. And I'm going to say over because I think, the Bucs defense is going to be so concerned with a deep ball and covering the middle of the field with some zone coverage that he's going to be able to slip through the cracks. Speaking of cracks, Ethan, no, I was kidding. Yeah, but I'm saying over. I honestly think this is low. I think this is very low. I would smash the over.
Would you?
Yep.
Would you? You would? Would you swipe right on the over?
Which way is right on the screen? That way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. I mean, Marty, go ahead.
I already mentioned, average yards per game before. It's one of my favorite stats. Mahomes is averaging 20.5 rush yards per game this season. Like I said, this is the top rush defense in the league. I might have to go under for Patrick Mahomes tonight on the rushing yards.
Oh, can I make a quick comment on that, Marty?
I thought you were going to say something.
Marty, my only thing with this, I don't think it's going to be designed run plays. I think it's
Definitely scramble.
No, I think you're absolutely right. But at the same time, he's had to scramble and get out of the pocket pretty quickly in some of his other games this season.
True.
And while there is, I'm sure, a very high standard deviation for such a small number like that. I'm just gonna stick with my under selection simply because everybody else is going over. Just trying to give the people a second thought or a second opinion on why it could be less than 22.5 yards.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
And here's a really Ethan, you can pick your pick first, but I have a really interesting rushing yard.
Yeah, I don't really care about Mahomes. Let's go to Brady. Brady over under half a yard. I would say over. I think he's gonna get maybe unintentionally a yard.
The only problem, my only concern with this is if the Buccaneers win this football game or maybe around halftime, Brady kneels the ball. That's already minus 1 or 2 yards right there. And it's going to be tough.
Is that considered a rush?
Yes. There's one of the biggest bad beats of all time. Patrick Mahomes took an 8-yard kneel to end the Super Bowl last year to put him under his rushing yards by 1 yard.
Definitely don't do this then.
I don't know. It's so tempting.
Wait. You never know. The QB sneak god. You never know. He can get
Brady?
Yeah, he can get 4 yards on a QB sneak if he really jumps and he's got a good push from the line. But I mean, yeah,
Brady does have bunnies.
Yeah,
very true.
He's got some solid calves. I mean, if you look at his calves.
Whoa, let's not talk about the calf game here.
What? Do you have a better calf?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just keep going.
Oh, all right. Anyways, yeah, I would not even bet on this. This is such a stupid, this is the worst prop bet in my opinion. It's literally Brady, the most immobile quarterback of all time, and then you're putting half a yard on his name. That's so disrespectful.
Put half a dollar on this if you're gonna bet this.
Bro, you can't even get a whole dollar. It's literally half a dollar on his name. That's horrible. I'm just gonna say over. Why not? Over. He's going for 50 yards.
Over card right there.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I don't know. This is such a weird number to look at. Half a rushing yard. It seems kind of ridiculous, but obviously Brady at this stage in the game is not necessarily known for how far he can run. So, I mean, I don't think this is one that I don't bet, period, but it's definitely not one that I would be betting on.
Yeah.
But in a marquee situation like this, I would really hope that a quarterback of Tom Brady's stature could amount to a little bit more than half a yard. So I'll say over.
Yeah. Yep. I would say under. Let's go to color the Gatorade quickly. I've been thinking about it all week. I'm not going to bet on it because I'm not stupid. But then the other side of me is well, Ethan, it's got to be red, right? Or it's got to be, I don't know. It could be orange. It could be purple.
Hey,
it could be clear. It could be clear Gatorade.
The Chiefs last year won and had orange Gatorade. So I don't know why they would change up their Gatorade. Just, you know what I mean? It worked last year.
You know what?
The winning team, we can talk about the Chiefs. You bet the Chiefs and you bet orange, and then the Buccaneers win. And then what do you do then?
But the Buccaneers cream orange jerseys are so fire. They could pull out orange too.
True.
You know, I'm saying on both sides. I'm feeling blue tonight. All right.
Ooh. Okay.
The Penn State in me. Maybe it's just because that's my favorite flavor, but I'm feeling blue. Okay. Red, white, but we don't have the blue. Okay, so they got to put blue in somewhere. All right, and it's going to be dumped on a coach's back, whether it's on the Bucks or the Chiefs. It's got to be blue.
I think what if there are cheeseburgers thrown on Andy Reid? Those odds could be.
He said he's having a double
high.
cheeseburger if he wins.
I love
Don't
it.
forget the bacon.
I love it.
Marty,
I will not be eating a double cheeseburger either way but I think
not because you don't want to.
Not because I don't want to.
Because he'll die.
That's exactly correct. Amir, I love that take on the blue Gatorade. Red, white, and blue. We already talked about the national anthem. They're going to pop off tonight. They're gonna bring out that sense of unity. But I'm gonna play a safe bet here, and I'm gonna say red. I mean, you got two red teams. I don't think they're gonna stray too far from that colorway. They're gonna go red Gatorade tonight.
Wait, I have a question. I have a question. Yep. Do they
What's
dump?
your question?
So when they get those huge tubs, are those the tubs that are left like to the side, or are they the ones that they're like drinking out of?
I think they're the ones they're drinking out of.
Okay, because I feel like the
there's
ones
also a lot.
It seems like bad. It seems like bad karma if you just like have one to the side, like ready to pour on your coach.
Yeah. Well, no, I feel like if they have like a couple in reserve, right? They're drinking like, oh, like when I'm in the game, I drink these ones, or when I'm post game, I drink like this flavor. So I think
do players actually drink Gatorade?
Yeah, for sure, for the electrolytes.
Yeah.
What about water? I thought they would drink water.
Yeah, they definitely drink water.
They drink both. I don't know. I think if there's something to the side, like a flavor to the side they don't usually drink, that's the one that's going to get picked up because it has the most in it. It's full. You don't want a half empty one and half drown.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's always full. There's always a lot.
I don't know.
It could be the one no one's touching, man. Could be one of the worst Gatorades out there.
Oh, blue maybe.
No, blue's the best. Blue's the best. That's why I'm taking orange. Orange is terrible.
We could do a snake draft on best Gatorade flavors. Let's not get into that right now. Also, make sure you check out snake drafts on Tuesdays. They're really entertaining. Let's go next. What do you guys think about this? Chiefs -3. I have them at -3.5. So if there's a field goal, I lose. Do you guys think the Chiefs are going to win by more than a field goal? Because I think they are.
I think they are too. I'll say right now, our buddy Ryan Brake recently turned 21, and I'm excited to, put a little bucks on the Super Bowl. But I actually teased this line up to 7. I'm very excited. I think the Chiefs could possibly blow them out, and I'm getting like plus 185 odds on that. And a 4-point difference there. I really like it. I think the Chiefs definitely go for an over touchdown win.
Yeah, I think that this game is going to be like close to a 10-point difference in score. I mean, field goal, like, I don't know. I think that's just too tough. Like, I probably wouldn't put money on anything close to a field goal in different score here. I'm saying no. I'm not. I wouldn't take that. I'm not taking that.
All right, so let me offer this perspective. We just talked about Gatorade. Now it's time to talk about Kool-Aid. All right, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid of the professor that spoke in my class on Thursday. He said 2-point favorite for the Chiefs. I'm going under 3 there. I'm going to say Chiefs win by 2.
All right. Wow. Let's do over under 56. I think this is tough. Me and Dave were talking about earlier, and I was thinking about betting the over because of the Overs Club. I'm gonna go with the under by a little bit. I just don't think it's gonna be that high scoring because, like we've been talking about most of the show, defense. Both defenses are really good. And while I don't think the defenses are gonna like hold up and it's gonna be like 10-3 like it was a couple of years ago, I don't know about 56.
Yeah, what I usually like to do for these type of big games, just thinking about it in my mind, I try to come up with a score prediction and then try to base it off that. You'll hear my score prediction next. We'll do score predictions, but I'm taking the over, and just like you said, like just barely. I think this is not going to be a super low scoring nor high scoring game. I actually think this is the perfect spot to put this over under.
Yeah, this is perfect spot, Davis. Exactly. I'm gonna have to say under. This is a close one, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. Under.
Yeah, Davis, I think you made an excellent point. This is going to be an awesome game. At least it's pegged to be, I would suppose. 56 a great number. It's tough to offer much more perspective than you already did. I guess I'll say I'll say over for this one.
Okay. Let's go score predictions. We'll wrap it up here. Pick your winner and do a score prediction. Davis, why don't you go first? Because I know you already have yours.
I got the Chiefs winning 34-24. I think that is possibly a very common pick right around that score. I know a lot of people have it because, you're barely hitting the over, but you have the Chiefs winning by a score, at least a score, which I think a lot of people do have. I like 34-24.
Oh, geez.
Who's your winner? Chiefs?
Yep, I got the Chiefs winning.
I don't know. I think the Chiefs are going to probably – I think they're going to score close to 38 points, I'm going to say. 38, but, the Bucks, it's just like if I'm trying to stay true to my underscore, like that's kind of pretty bad because like I don't think the Chiefs or the Bucks are going to score, less than whatever 20 or something like that. I'm not staying true to my under. I'm just going to say that the Chiefs are going to win 38-24.
Okay.
That's take
like
it. What?
I literally was going to say that too. Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
want to go.
Okay.
Wow. I just said I think the Chiefs are going to win this game by 2. I called the over, so I'm going to say 33-31. This might just be me being hopeful for a close game as I normally am. But I have to say I think both of these offenses are going to come ready to play, and it's going to be a fun one.
Interesting. Marty,
Yeah.
let me make a quick statement before Ethan goes. There was a prop bet that was, will this score be a different score than any other Super Bowl in history?
Scoregami.
I think it was like,
Cool.
but Super Bowl scoregami, not like complete NFL scoregami. I think the odds were like 20-1. And I don't know a lot of those, Super Bowls in the teens, but 33-31 sounds like a score that
Unique. Yeah.
sounds pretty interesting.
Indeed. I kind of just pulled those numbers out of my butt. I didn't want it to be like too abstract, but that is, I think right around the range that both those offenses are capable of scoring tonight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ethan, wrap it up, man.
I have a couple in my head. I was going between 31-28, and then I was like, wait, I have the Chiefs minus 3.5. What am I talking about? So then I went 31-24, but then I was like, wait, I think the Chiefs are going to score more than 31 points. And then I landed right where Amir did, 38-24. I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs, guys. People who like the Bucks, I understand. But if you're a Bucks fan, that's a whole different conversation. But if you like the Bucks tonight, I get that. But don't overthink it. The Chiefs are the better team, guys. Just don't overthink it. The Chiefs are the better team. Take the Chiefs if you're going to bet at all, or if you're just picking to be, have fun a little bit. I got the Chiefs, 38-24. Before we go, I have a coin toss. All right, ready? Call it in the air.
Who?
Heads.
Heads.
Fuck, it was heads.
Got it. Yep. Bingo.
I'm really regretting my tails pick now.
Let's go.
Wait, no, if it's heads all today, then later it's going to be tails, right?
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like reverse psychology type stuff,
Uh-huh.
We got a comment. I have a feeling another Brady fourth quarter heroic moment.
Ooh,
It would solidify that Brady is the all-time GOAT if he, in some people's mind, isn't already. Can I also say real quick, this game also could be a turning point. If Brady wins, solidifies his greatest quarterback, greatest football player of all time. If Mahomes wins, this is a little bit of a passing of the torch, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this is going to be one of the most interesting Super Bowls in recent memory.
I'm so excited.
Marty, I just wanted to mention you were talking about your scoregami real quick. I had to check. I needed to check.
I did as well. Yes.
You did as well. Hey.
331 has never been a Super Bowl final. Let it be known. I am hereby placing my stake in the ground, waving the flag. There will be a new Super Bowl score tonight before seen. 33-31. Thank you.
I can't wait. I can't wait for this game to end like 28-21. Just like the most basic score of all time.
Commercials. I need a pre-grade on commercials right now. Just instant, go.
B.
B minus. No, C plus.
I think this is going to be too good of a game to focus on commercials.
See, I completely disagree. I think a lot of these companies who are going to be advertising have had literally nothing else to worry about other than how they're going to present themselves in front of all of the people who are locked inside without anything else to do other than watching the Super Bowl. So I'm going to say we're going to have an unbelievable series of commercials this year. I'm going to say A-.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say A-. Commercials have been really good recently. I don't know why. They're starting to get better and funnier. If you've seen the Match.com thing with 2020 and the devil meeting together, that shit's funny. I think there's going to be some good stuff.
Can I say real quick?
From Mr. Heckman. Davis, go ahead.
Last prop line, will Jasmine show cleavage during the anthem? Yes, minus 180. I think
it's time to end there. Bachi Nation, we
that's
love
a lock.
you.
That's a lock.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Bachi Nation, we love you. Super Bowl 55. It's tonight. Get excited. Actually, shit. It's in like 3 hours? All right, 3 hours till kickoff, guys. Real odds. Great pod. Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Heckman, for watching. Thanks to everyone who watched. Bachi Nation, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. You guys are loving it. And Marty, do you want to say what we're doing tonight?
We're having time tonight, and we will be, I almost forgot, we are hopping on a Young Life Penn State preview show at 6 p.m. Instagram Live. Catch your boys on there. We're going to be talking about a lot of the same stuff, but throwing in a couple of twists here and there as well about our predictions and what you can expect to see later on in the evening during the game. So tune into that.
And where can they find that?
They can find that on Young Life PSU. That's the Instagram handle that we will be featured on. But you can also, just watch us on Instagram Live. I'm sure the notification will pop up for us as well. So
yeah, make sure you're hitting Instagram at 6 o'clock because you will see Marty, you'll see Davis. Maybe Amir will pop in. Maybe you never know.
A couple of good Christian boys on a live stream. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be on there.
You got to represent for the Jews out there, Amir.
Yeah, I guess
you really
so.
You got to hold down.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a great pod. I'm excited for the Super Bowl tonight. Go Chiefs. Bachi Nation, we love you. Peace.